Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, November the 22nd, 2019. But just before I get started, we are having a free webinar this coming Monday, a couple of days from now, November the 25th, 2019. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's New York time. And it's going to be a very popular webinar because it deals with how to trade when you're just too busy to be at your charts, which is like most people, okay? Maybe you have a day job or some other commitment, so you can't be at your computer much, but you still want to trade. So we'll show you how we do this, which is very effective. So in the text below the video or in the body of the email that you received, there's a link where you can register for this webinar. If you can't attend, we'll send you the recording, but you must be registered in order to receive the recording. Okay, and now for this week's video, I have said many times over the years that trade management is one of the most important skills that you need to learn in order to become consistently profitable. This week's video is a great illustration of that. You're going to see several different trades, and members of our service got varying results from these trades, all because of variations in trade management. And as you'll see, and just one correction before we look at this, I said that the trades were on the same day, which is not correct. The first trade, which was a day trade, was on November the 18th, and then the next trade, which was a swing trade, was the next day on November the 19th. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, let's have a look at these trades. There were two trades, both of them on the US CAD, US Canadian dollar, both on the same day on November the 18th, and it was quite interesting. So with this level right here, I want you. I'll make this line thicker here so you can see it here. I'll make it real thick. See this line, this price right here. How price fell away very quickly from that. That was a level that we were looking at with great scrutiny. Darko had mentioned it many times when price was back in here, and price came above it. It bobbled around a bit, then it broke above it, and came back and closed below it like this, and when that happened, Darko alerted our members to the possibility of a sell back at this level. And if I go to my hourly chart, which is our entry time frame, it was right here. So that's where the sell happened. Price broke below this level I just showed you. 132.33 is what it was. It broke below it. It came back, and this is where the fill was right here. It was pretty darn good. Needed a 27 pip risk. And then it started to go down here, and you can see what the sell is. Price moves down. We have a game plan as to how we're going to remove risk and or take profit when price starts to move for us. It's just like, if you don't, it's critical. And that game plan is covered in a bonus video that Darko produced showing how he manages his trades. Actually, we have several videos on trade management, but and either one of them were fine for this trade. But among other things, we always watch for, like, we have different ways to remove risk and or take profit. But one of the things we always do is watch for opposing levels of support resistance. And let's go back to the daily chart. And you may have noticed this at the first time I showed this. You see this level right here? Price stopped going down here and it went up and then broke below it. And look at the resistance here and here and here and here. And it finally broke through and came back down. We keep an eye on this level. It matters. That's 131.91. The actual low here is like 131.90. It was like perfect. So there was that reason and another reason to take the trade off, or to take, at least get rid of the risk in that trade. Okay, so we had some members take profit down here. Others didn't take profit. So some broke even, some had a slight profit, and others who didn't do anything may have even had a loss if they didn't do anything at all once price hit this 131.91. So the point is, they all took the same trade with pretty much the same entry and the same stop, but different results. And that's the point of this video. Trade management is huge, and I don't care how you trade or what your system is that you use. If you don't have a grip on how to manage your trades, you simply won't last in this business. So if someone says to me, hey, you know, what's your track record? Like, what do I say? I mean, it's going to depend on how people manage their trades. All I can do is basically show them where we got in, how much initial pip risk that we had in the trade, and after that, it's impossible to say. It's going to depend on trade management. And again, in our Coach's Corner members room, we show different trade management protocols to help our traders depending on what stage they are in their own development. Okay, so for the more novice traders, what we call stage 1 or stage 2, we have a very simple plan. And for more developed traders, we call stage 3 or stage 4, we have a more advanced trade management technique. Now, on that same day, I want to show you the weekly chart, what it looked like. It's right here. This was the prior week. Let me just zoom this in here. See this pin bar reversal? Can you see it right there? That was the prior week's candle action, and it hit this minor level. This is a minor level, not major, just a minor level of potential support. It now becomes resistance here, and it hit it again and made a pin bar reversal. That's a negative sign. This is all hindsight now that it went up, which most services will probably show you. Oh, you shouldn't have sold here because it went up. Oh, really? No, seriously, but on this trade here, like for a swing trade, because this is a weekly pin bar reversal, we can go down to our 4-hour chart for an entry, and I've marked it off right here. That's where the entry was, right into here. It was about let me just get it straight here. I think it was 132.40, 132.40, and that was the entry level for it. Now I want to show you again how a difference in, and you look at it and you go, oh, well, this must have lost. It went straight up, and it did for some people, not for everybody though. And I'll show you what happened. One of our members did this. This guy is a more seasoned trader. He's been around a while. He knows what's going on, and he's very good. And here's I actually copied and pasted his quote in our Skype chat lounge to show you what he said. This is where he got filled, right here. It actually right at the top. And then this is the reaction. And what he did is he said this: I pulled my stop way down because it used to be way up here. He pulled it down to just over here to 132.44. Don't forget, he's in at 132.40. He's now got like a 4-pip risk, maybe 5-pip risk. I don't know, something like that, 4 or 5 pips. As Wilkins talk approached. Wilkins is a Bank of Canada, one of the governors of the Bank of Canada. And when these people speak, they can move the markets, okay, depending on what they say. They really can. They have great influence over interest rates, and well, they're the most powerful when it comes to interest rate determinations. Anyway, he says, which really helped keep the trade profitable overall, because he had that earlier day trade I just showed you that was profitable. Okay, so he ends up with an overall profitable day. Somebody else, no, they're not, because they handled their trade differently. You see? So, again, we just it's gonna depend. So how you manage a trade is very, very critical. We have a webinar coming up on Monday, I mentioned earlier, that's going to be on higher time frame trading, and I'm going to be talking just a bit more about trade management and how you can set everything up before you even get filled, and how to look after everything very easily once you are filled. And when you could, because I'm going to be showing you this because it's really nice to do it this way when you can't be at your computer due to a day job or other commitments. So hope to see you at that webinar, and we'll explain more at that point. So I hope you can see just how important it is to get a handle on managing your trades. Like it really is, it's huge. So there's no choice in this. You just have to have a plan in place. And again, I know that most people who quit trading do so because they just can't commit the time to it. So we are addressing this issue head on in our webinar this coming Monday, November the 25th. So be sure to register for it, even if you can't attend live, and we'll send you the recording. The registration link, like I said, is in the text below this video or in the email that you received. And finally, please be sure to like this video. I would sure appreciate it if you liked it. And also follow us, and that way you'll get these videos whenever I put them out. And when you click follow, don't forget to also click that little bell, and then you'll get notified automatically whenever I post a new video. Thanks again, everyone. I hope you all have a great weekend and great week of trading next week. And Darko and I hope to see you on Monday at the webinar. Take care.